This is Money Making Conversation. I am your host, Rashawn McDonald. Each Money Making Conversation talk show is about entrepreneurship and entertainment. I provide the consumer and business owner access to celebrities, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and industry decision makers. I recognize that we all have different definitions of success. For some, it's a sizable paycheck. For others, it's living a purposeful life, or enjoying close personal relationships, or expressing their creativity. It's all of those things and more. For me, it's helping people get up and inspiring them to succeed by accomplishing their business goals or living their life the way they want to live it. That's why I created Money Making Conversation. This is a show where we talk about overcoming the odds. We talk about motivation. We talk about living a balanced life. My next guest, she definitely lives a balanced life. I haven't talked to her in a long time. Last time I had her on the phone, she was pregnant. They told me, can't talk to her too long, Rashawn, but she wants to talk to you. And I enjoyed that interview and happy to have her back on the show. My next guest, like I stated, is amazing. After a very brief career as an attorney, she decided to follow her passion and open her first restaurant at the age of 26. She is a celebrity chef, TV personality, restaurateur, and cookbook author. You have seen that smiling face, and she has a beautiful smile. On the Food Network, next Iron Chef, and the Today Show. Today is National Meatball Day. I know because I posted her mama's meatball and ragu recipe on my Facebook page, and my fans went crazy. I didn't know people like meatballs that much, but I like meatballs, but my fans like meatballs too. She's on the show to talk about National Meatball Day, her restaurant, her career, and living a balanced life. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation, Dontella Arpaia.
It's so good to be back. I just love your show, and I love to listen to you. I can feel your warmth coming across.
Well,
It's really good to be back.
It's awesome. How's family first? How's that going?
Family's great. I'm trying to live that balanced life. It is a constant struggle. I went from one child to three because I had twins. So, but it's such a blessing. I had them later in life, and they were my two miracles, so I love every second of it.
Great, guys. I have one, and the great thing about it, my wife said I travel too much, and but the one I have is my life, and every day I feel so blessed to have that young lady. She's 22 now. She'll be graduating next year in game design, and she's an honor student, dean's list, and so the journey that you're going to have with those young people, because they people.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
They are.
It's going to be amazing. I always like to ask my
They
guests, Donatella, what is your gift or passion?
My gift or passion?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think my gift is that I've been a passionate, driven person my whole life, and my ability to always be fearless in following my passion. So I did start as a lawyer, as you know, because my father wanted me to do that, but I realized quickly that it wasn't my passion, and I had the guts to break out and start my first restaurant at 26, which was kind of crazy. And I guess because food is my love. Right. So I grew up in a restaurant family, and I wanted to follow my passion, which is to feed people, to nurture people. It's what I love to do, even at home. I love to entertain. I love to host, and I express my love through food. So, in a nutshell, that is my talent.
Well, I love food. I love desserts. I'm a really talented baker. And yesterday I posted it on my social media. I made some black eyed peas over some white rice, and had me some sweet green peas, and had me a little slice of cornbread and some smothered, some other pork chop. So,
yum.
When I talk about food, I always tell people food to me is like art that you can eat, because it looks so pretty, and then it doesn't look pretty after you finish with it. Depending on what you eat, it may not be nothing left on the plate. So that's the passion that drove you, that ability to bring that type of enjoyment, but also to create, correct?
Yeah, for sure. It is an art form. It is a science, like my pizza is definitely a science. But then, yes, the ability not just to, follow a recipe, but to create. And I get inspired all the time just by listening to hear about what you cooked last night. I can think about making something, yes, but the ability to create something.
Awesome.
And you can create when you have a real understanding of the techniques of cooking.
Now, you've been a judge on shows. Now, that's a different perspective, because you have people out there competing, competition, and is that a different mindset to see individuals in a competition trying to create basically a similar meal or the same type of meal and you taste it? What is the mindset of that, Donatella?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I've become a master taster, and it's the skill that you develop over time, too. And I had access, I was the head judge on Iron Chef America, Next Iron Chef. So we're talking about very accomplished chefs with 3, 4 restaurants and Michelin stars. So you're
I
dealing with
know.
a high level of competition. And I guess my ability as a lawyer was very helpful because it's not about objectively what it's not subjective. I don't like lamb, but I can judge lamb. It's about not what you like, but really looking at the talent and the technique and the creativity. So and it made me a better chef by just being exposed to the best of the best on a constant basis.
That
Is
takes a
really
lot, like so,
fascinating.
because you had like said that's that's the mountaintop. Because you're looking at
Yes,
people who are, you could say they're arrogant, they're confident, they have success stories tied to, and people always pat them on the back, tell them how great they are, and then they come to this show and they're looking at you going with a sense of, okay, how you gonna how? I have people who buy this on a regular basis. I have people say they love this to death, and now you're questioning it. So it really takes a sense of confidence in yourself to be able to make that decision, to be able to stand up, and then to say it in a way that is not offensive to the person that you're talking to because of their
for
success.
sure. For sure. And I always say Iron Chef was the most real of reality TV because, I do respect all these chefs. I'm a chef myself, and I understand that, they take it seriously, and it's hard to judge them because you're dealing with really great food in front of you, but I'm there to judge, so I have to get picky. So sometimes it comes down to, forgetting to put a little more salt because when you're dealing at that level, it becomes, crazy.
Awesome,
Very,
awesome,
very difficult.
awesome.
Very difficult and interesting, yes. But most of the top chefs, and really the most famous ones, the one thing they have in common is they always feel that they can learn and grow. And I think that that's a sign of a true chef when they're not arrogant, but they're just really good at their craft. So
Now,
it was a great experience for me, and it made me a better chef. And I think that's why I won Meatball Madness 2 years in a row.
awesome. National Meatball Day is
Yes,
today.
yes,
Why is that
it
important to
is.
you, Donatella? I'll pay you.
Because I am the meatball queen. I am an Italian,
Come on,
and I got
come on,
that
Donatella,
title
stop that,
because
stop
I
that, stop
won
that.
Meatball Madness 2 years in a row, beating out all the chefs at the New York City Food and Wine Festival. And I've become famous for my meatballs that I serve in my restaurant Prova and Grand Central. And I just launched today Meatball Monday. So every Monday, when you buy meatballs, meatball slice, you get one free.
So you're talking
So
about every
I'm
Monday,
I'm a
every Monday.
lover of meatballs.
Now, Meatball Queen. Now that's a heck of a title to have there, Donatella.
That's right. I've been
And
called
you and
worse.
you
I'll take that title.
and you
I will
wear it
take
with
that
pride.
title gladly.
You wear it with pride because the thing about it, when they contacted me last week, they said she want to come on your show. She want to promote. Monday is Meatball Monday. I said I'm gonna do a special show for her because that's my girl. I said, oh, send me any pictures, send me any recipes. I said because I want to start, and I started promoting yesterday. I went to my personal. I didn't even do this on Money Making Conversation Social Media. I went to my personal, and they lit up my page. Comment, oh, that's right for me right there. Because my fans, they very.
People love meatballs. You didn't know that? People
Yeah,
are obsessed with meatballs.
well,
Obsessed.
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna go stupid. I didn't think they react like this. That's my meatball right there. Ooh, I can eat that right there. Ooh, where's this? Where
Yeah,
I'm making
no,
that
people are
tomorrow.
obsessed. It's the ultimate comfort food. It's upset, and everyone thinks they have the best recipe. I get people coming up to me all the time, like, I'm going to challenge you to a showdown. I'm like, okay, here we go again. Someone's going to challenge me. People meet me off the street, like, my grandmother makes better meatballs than you, and everyone is passionate about meatballs. Yes,
Oh my
everyone
God.
thinks they have the secret recipe.
Oh, this is
But
funny.
it's delicious. It's delicious, and it's comforting, and I think it brings back memories of their mother or grandmother, and every culture kind of has, most cultures have their own interpretation of a meatball, so
Okay.
it spans across many cultures. Meatballs are a fascinating
Now today,
piece of food.
now is this today only? So Monday, March 9th, guests can enjoy a complimentary glass of the house red or white wine when they purchase an order of spaghetti and meatballs. or they can
Yes.
enjoy a
No, it's
couple.
going to be every Monday for the next 6 months. I'm doing Meatball Mondays for the next 6 months.
It'll come with the complimentary glass of house wine.
Yes, yes, yes. If you go to Grand Central and you order your entree of spaghetti and meatballs, you get pizza night wine. My friend Mario came up with this incredible Italian blend, and the name of the wine is called Pizza Night, and it's a great Italian blend of wine. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
didn't
say that earlier. You didn't say that earlier.
People don't realize I have a dining room in Grand Central, so there's a front counter and a dining room.
Yes,
so,
it is. Now, because I went there. I went there because immediately after I did your show, because I'm a pizza nut. I'm going to tell you something. You give me some good pizza. I lived in New York 2 years. I lived in Chicago 4 years. So,
wow.
I got to live basically in pizza heaven in both locations, you know. And so, because the good street pizza that you can get out of New York, and then I went to your place and enjoyed it. I'm gonna tell you, those garlic knots that you have, outstanding.
Yes.
Garlic nut, you know, and then I love stromboli. I ate your stromboli, it was really good. And
love food. I love that about you. I could tell you really love food.
Huh?
You really love food. I can tell that about you. You're not faking that.
No. I'm telling you something. Because see, you know, when I get it right, and I'm gonna tell you, I went to a restaurant, and I'm gonna tell you something else that really surprised me because I've lived in New York. Her prices are reasonable. I'm in Grand Central Station.
Thank you.
I was in Grand Central, so I lived in New York. You know, you buy toasted raisin toast for $8 up in the Grand Central Station. You know, just a slice, one slice. You walk out there, be freaking out, going, okay, where's the loaf of bread that comes with this slice of bread? So when I went down, I took a friend with me.
The best ingredients. I don't use, my pepperoni doesn't have preservatives. I use artisanal ingredients. My dough is artisanal, made from 12-inch grains from Naples. It's really good stuff.
It's great.
Too,
when I wanted to that's why I was just telling you, it's packed. You get to Grand Central Station. If you've ever been to go to New York, Grand Central Station is a tour in itself. Packed. Just people everywhere. You go in there, and that's why I'm telling you. That's why I can be a tourist trap with prices.
Mm-hmm.
Sat down, and normally I don't look at price. I just order stuff. And then the person who was with me went, "Wow, these prices are pretty low." I go, "What you talking about?" I look, "Oh wow, these are some really reasonable prices." You know, because of the fact that so the reason I have to bring that up because of the fact that you're a celebrity, you're in a hotbed location with a popular brand, you could really jack up the prices, and I would have sat there and still paid it. But you are thinking about you're a customer first owner, which I really have to commend you on, Dontella. And why is that?
That's true. Well, I never forget, and I always tell my team and my managers, remember, I'm not your boss. The customer is the boss. And we have to service. I come from fine dining, and that's how I grew my first business. I built it customer by customer, and I know how important it is to take care of them because then they take care of me, and that's what helps my brand grow. So I'm not looking, to create a tourist trap because Grand Central is the number one of the top tourist destinations where people just come and then you don't get them back because that customer, whether they're from Europe or local, then they're going to tell other people. And that's how you build a strong customer base and a grassroots marketing. And I believe in that.
One of my favorite people. I say she's one of my favorite people because if she just starts to smile, you smile. She's the meatball queen, and you have to be special to be proud of that moniker. Meatball queen. I just see it over her head as she walks around. And she says she walks in the streets and people challenge her. I got better meatballs than you. Whatever. see, I hear in your mind going, whatever. You just get out of my face with that little corny conversation.
I'll take that challenge any day. I'm very confident when it comes to my meatball making ability.
Well, let's talk about your background. Italian immigrants, first generation, correct?
Yes. My parents were born. My father was born in Naples. That's where my love of pizza came, and my mother was born in Bari, which is the heel of the boot, and that's where I learned my meatballs from. My mother, she learned from her grandmother. So it's really a tradition that's been passed on, like many Italian women. These recipes got passed down from generation to generation. So
now the great thing about you is that you allowed me to share that recipe on my social media, and
you see that? Isn't that nice to me. Most of my Italian grandparents didn't share anything.
See, I love her. I love her. See, I'm telling you something. She is the. We're gonna meet one day, and I'm just gonna hug you and say you're my favorite person. You see that? You see that? Meatball queen, the meatball queen. Because when you post, it's all right to post a picture, but when you can help people, because the Food Networks and the Cooking Channel and individuals like you, the Iron Chef show, they have changed the game because the people want to get involved. People want to participate, and when you see that beautiful picture of that meatballs with the spaghetti wrapped around there with a little green, and then you see the recipe said mamas. And that means this must be real. Don't nobody put the word mama in front of a recipe unless it's the
It's
real
true.
deal.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No. My mom wouldn't let me,
Oh, you know
so
what I'm
it's
saying?
definitely real. It's been amazing. I launched Meatball Madness today for my restaurants, and like you said, you can have wine, you can have beer at my restaurants. I'm my second location because I hadn't opened yet. So since then, I opened my second location in
Right.
Times Square on 7th and 36th Street in the Moxie Hotel. It's a corner location, and you can also have wine and beer there too. And we have pasta. We have really a full Italian menu, so it's great.
Now,
It's great.
everybody here listen to my show, and so a lot of people, I'm going to be real. Their version of pizza is not the version of pizza that you do. You do an artisan type
Yeah.
pizza, and so because
Yeah, it's
everybody,
true.
they
There's pizza and there's pizza.
there you go, there you go. Come on, 'cause like I said, I'm a Houston, Texas boy. I'm born in Houston, so I grew up on the pizza. You know, meat all the way to the edge. You know what I'm
Meat
saying?
lovers? Your favorite is meat lovers, I bet.
Meatloaf. Oh, come on, girl. Come on. I'm gonna tell you something. I ordered me no, I don't do meat lovers like my daughter. She loves meat lovers, but I like a little. I gotta have some bell peppers on there. I gotta have me some red onions on there. I gotta have me some mushrooms, some black olives. I gotta have an adventure on the vegetable side. Then I gotta throw me a little pepperoni on there, a little sausage on there. Now that's one half of the pizza, and then the other half I like a little pineapple, a little Canadian bacon over there. So because I like to be able to like have an experience when I'm sitting in front of my pizza. So I've learned to go I never get a whole pizza. I give me this half gonna be this experience, and this half is gonna be this experience. That's me, Dontella, when it comes
You
to
like
food.
to play with,
Oh
yeah,
my
you
God,
like to play with the
I,
flavors.
I love
Yeah,
to
no, I
eat.
know. A lot of people, and that's why it's important that I have a lot of selection of different items. My meat lover's pie, my meatball pie, I have a
Ooh.
chicken piccata pie. I have so many different types, and like I said, I use the best ingredients. That's very important to me. I use Galbani cheese, which is cheese from Italy, not from America, and there's it's all natural. It has an incredible melt. So all these things are very, very important. My crust, I let my pizza rise over 3 days. And, when you eat a lot of pizza, like when you get those dollar slices from local places,
Oh yes.
you eat one and then you have a drink of water and then your stomach blows up because they fill it with yeast. I have very little yeast because we let it rise over 3 days. So I'm definitely making fundamentally a better slice. Pizza is a science. People don't realize it's a science and an art form.
Well,
And
that
there's a lot of bad
explains.
pizza out there.
That's
You
explains
got to
because
get the good ones.
I love to drink water. You sit down in the restaurant with me. I drink maybe 3 to 4 glasses of water. I just love water, cold, good
That's
glasses of
good.
water. So when I went to your
I love
restaurant, like I said, I got my pizza, I got my stromboli, because they would look at me like I was crazy because I was just a little. I'm not a big guy. I got all this food, and they say, hey. I enjoy eating. Okay, I enjoy. I'm gonna give it a little my garlic knots right here. Happy. My stromboli, put me some pepperoni inside. Put me a little of that sauce outside, red sauce on the outside. You know, now go give me
Do you
that.
like spicy? Do
I,
you like
I'm
spicy?
from Houston, Texas, by way of New
Okay.
Orleans. Okay, now
By the way, because we just added chicken wings and buffalo. I mean, because now people keep asking for those chicken wings. So now we have amazing chicken wings on the menu, and we have a spicy sauce with Calabrian chili from Calabria, which is like a kick. But there's spicy and there's spicy. Some spicy sauces have an extra dimension, so my sauce has an extra dimension too.
well, I'm
So
coming back
everything
up
is
there.
really, really well thought out. And now we're even serving breakfast at the Moxie. So we have
Oh,
breakfast strombolis. Yeah. We have
well, what's
breakfast
inside there?
strombolis,
What's
bacon, egg,
inside
and
the
cheese
breakfast stromboli?
strombolis.
What's
That's
inside
right.
that? What's inside the breakfast stromboli? That sounds
Oh,
exciting.
we have a bacon, egg, and cheese. We have one with sausage. We have one with feta and spinach and tomato. So now we're serving breakfast starting at 7 a.m. at the Moxie Hotel. Yes.
Well,
Why not? Breakfast pizzas.
Well, we know what I was getting at was that because you don't use yeast in your crust, I
We
I was
yeah,
able to
it's very
drink all my
digestible.
water.
We use very little yeast.
I was able to drink my water, walk out of there, didn't feel bloated, enjoyed my
That's
eating
right.
experience, and it was amazing. So you mentioned earlier. I just want to talk about a little bit of ingredients inside. Tell everybody what is the meat lover pizza? What
What is
all
the
goes on that meat
secret
lover?
for my pizza?
Mm-hmm.
It's a high water content, so most pizzas are like 30-40%. My pizza has 80% water in the dough, and we use very little yeast, and we let it rise over 3 days. So that allows the fermentation to go on outside, not inside your body, and it results in a very light,
Right.
crusty, chewy
Thin?
dough. And then all the toppings, that's just gravy, but we start with a beautiful crust. And so you're able to eat 2 slices and not feel full, not feel bloated. And we get the grains from Italy, and my tomatoes are organic, and my ingredients don't have preservatives in it. So you just feel better eating it.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And it tastes good too. And Galbani cheese, of course, the #1 cheese of Italy. So all these things are very, very important. As an Italian, our cooking is all based on ingredient first.
Okay.
You have the few ingredients, but the best.
Now here's a great thing about it. The person who's with me, they ordered the meatball lasagna. You still got that on the menu, the meatball lasagna?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh my
We can't get
goodness.
rid of our meatball lasagna.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
People go crazy for it.
Oh my goodness. You know,
And now
like
you can order it, Meatball Monday. And when you order the meatball lasagna, you sit in the dining room, you get a beautiful glass of pizza night wine.
see right there. You know, you selling it big, Dontella. So tell everybody about it. I don't want to hold you any longer. I'm hungry. I'm falling out of my chair with enthusiasm.
Yeah, just follow me on Dontella, Arpaia.com, on Instagram, on social media, and you'll get all the specials. Meatball Mondays for the next 6 months. You get a slice, you get one free. Just say they heard me talking on your show, and they'll get a lot of meatball love.
Meatball love. Thank you for coming on my show, and congratulations on your kids. Congratulations on your family. Keep living that balanced life.
Thank you so
Thank you for taking the
much.
time to
Thank
come
you.
on my show.
Thank you for having me. It's always such a pleasure being on your show.
I appreciate you. Bye-bye.